Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're in your 20s right now, or even if you're past your 20s, this video is for you. Stay to the end because I have some tips on how to grow in your 20s that I'll be sharing with you. Your 20s is the decade that you set the foundation for your life. But I feel like a lot of people are scared. They feel like time is running out, forgetting that in as much as yes, our 20s are the foundations and stuff like that, we still have like few more decades as the Lord grants us life. This is the time to like lay your foundation. This is the time more like to invest in self-development. So you will not say because maybe I'm 25 or I'm almost 30, I should have started doing this at this age. You cannot be setting a time limit on yourself, in as much as it's important, right, to set goals for yourself. But when you're doing that, you're conditioning yourself into a box, and indirectly you might be comparing yourself to another person because you saw another person do something much earlier. But because none of us, our thumbprints are the same, right? So the purposes of God for each of us are different. But the main thing is the destination. All right. It's not just when you started, but the destination. If you might have been doing something for long, or it looks like you might have achieved the level of success, but it doesn't align with God's purpose for you, you might have to start again. Yes, the success that you might have achieved might help you or make it easier in like working in your purpose, right? But it doesn't stop the fact that you have to start that journey. So everybody's journey is an individual journey, respective to each person. So don't feel intimidated because you see another person might be running faster. I'll be sharing with you why growth is non-negotiable and how you can make sure you're on the right track. First point, invest in yourself. Whether it's taking up a skill, starting a podcast, reading books, like learning something each day. You might feel like, okay, this thing I'm doing is little, but little drops of water, that's what makes an ocean. If you want to check people that have done something for themselves, you say that it's consistency that makes all the difference. I'm not doing much. Consistency makes all the difference. You can say, okay, you can choose one thing where you want to do like more work on. You want to do a deep work on for the day. And you might have other things, right, that you're doing, and you might just assign like maybe 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Because of you're assigning at least, no matter how small the time, it does something to you, so that you won't take a long break, and then when you're trying to come back to do that thing, it will now be more difficult. 2, embrace discomfort. I know that doesn't sound sweet, even to me it doesn't sound sweet, but if you really want to grow, it begins at the end of your comfort zone, doing things that may come naturally to you, but still at the same time you have to put the effort. Like me sitting down in front of this camera now, not like it's the sweetest thing, but I know what I wanted. So yes, I may even love it, I may have passion for it, but it still requires effort. It doesn't remove the effort, the fact that you have to do it, you have to commit to whatever you want to do, no matter how enjoyable. Just that when you love doing something right, it's kind of easier because you can spend more hours doing that thing. Remove the dedication or the time you put into it. 3, surround yourself with people that also want to grow. Even if you might not have people, you can like look for mentors, maybe even online, like people that you look up to in the space you're going into. But it will also be really nice when you have like someone cheering you up, people in your circle. Is like it's really nice and helps to motivate you, and like just helps you to continue. Like initially when I started this 20 series, right, I wanted to stop like halfway, but I had a friend that always check up on me, call me, just do things like that. So like that my friend was one of the reasons I continued. Even if I might have stopped for 2 months. But to get to where I am, he's one of the reasons, and I'm just grateful to God for people like that. So your 20s aren't about having it all figured out. They're about becoming the person that can figure it out. The thing is that life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And at different seasons in your life, there are different things that God wants to accomplish. You might want to build character now, you might want to build patience, resilience, and just there are different things. But just stay true and stay focused on what you're doing. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, the goal is progress. Proverbs 4 verse 18. But the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. What's one way you're growing right now? You can comment it down in the video. And if this video helps you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye.